Hello, my name is Thomas Retzios,
And I'm Caroline Retzios.
and today we are going to be here to talk to you about our experiences with OCF in college and some of the different things we thought as we went through, or I'm going through and she went through. And hopefully this can spark some discussion for all of you. I'm going into my junior year at The Ohio State University, and I am also the incoming video student leader for the OCF's Student Leadership Board.
I actually graduated from The Ohio State University as well, and I served on our local chapters board in different leadership positions, as well as on the national board as a regional student leader for the Great Lakes region, and this past year as chairman. So we have a few questions that we're going to discuss that we thought will bring up some relevant experiences from us personally in college and throughout OCF.
So, what were you most nervous about as you entered college? For me, one thing that I kept thinking of the whole summer leading up to it was, what will my church presence be? Growing up, I'd always gone with my parents and my whole family to church, and going to college where I thought I would be all on my own. What if I just get bogged down with assignments and I stop going as consistently? I was pretty nervous about how things would end up going. But one thing that really helped me once I got to school, I realized, were OCF. Having a local OCF chapter brought me together with other Orthodox Christians that would go to organized church rides. Just finding a group to go with was just one way that really helped me keep up my in-person church life.
That was a very long answer. One of the things that was really important to my college search was looking for a school that was really close to a parish, and also looking for a good Orthodox community within that school. I think that for me, having this strong community was something that I'd always had in my life, and something that I really wanted to continue in college, to keep that continuity and homey feeling regardless of where I was.
So even if your school doesn't have a church nearby, sometimes Orthodox priests will have a designated set of schools that they travel to come visit students and things like that.
So I think that another thing that can make people nervous starting off in college is just the different routines that come around with college life versus your life at home. You have a completely different social life, with everyone being pretty much walking distance from you, maybe down the hall, maybe a few buildings away, but all your friends are right there. So your social life is a lot greater during college. Your academics are a lot harder. There's a lot more time that you're spending studying. And you also have roommates, whereas you might not have had that before. So I know one of the things that I was a little nervous about that was important to me was finding time for private prayer. When you're living in college, there's all these different things going on. And I think my freshman year, one of the parish priests at the church that I started attending was saying how even if you just take the time when you're brushing your teeth in the morning, or just doing things around your dorm room with your roommate there, to take time and say the Jesus prayer. It's difficult to have that prayer routine that some of us might be normally accustomed to during our everyday lives, because you don't have that sort of privacy. But I think for me, even just taking time to, memorize some prayer to sit as you're closing your eyes and going to bed at night, or just finding little times, even if it's in the middle of the day as opposed to in the morning or at night when we normally would, to take time to pray and find those little things in your life. That's stuff that you can do on your own.
So far, one of the most influential events of college, specifically pertaining to OCF, has been the first retreat I went to. At the school I went to, not a lot of people went to regional retreats. So I hopped on a bus, took like a 50-minute Uber, met my man Paul, great Uber driver. But I went to this retreat and I met all these people, these other Orthodox Christians from all these different schools around me. Just being there, having a speaker there, it was a very impactful weekend for me. And ever since then, I haven't missed a single retreat. Every district and region puts on a retreat, so looking into that and finding out when those are and where those are going is a super beneficial thing for your college experience.
It's been a great way for us to stay connected with our friends who we met through camp, because even though we don't go to the same colleges, having the regional retreats as a place that we can all meet together and have a shared experience that's very similar to what camp was like, but at more of a college level, and with topics that are really relevant to college students, has been a way for us to strengthen those connections and continue to make more friends. It has been a really amazing part of all the regional retreats and helping us continue to build that community that we've started from the time that we were little going to camp.
What friends have you met in college that you'll have forever? Orthodox friends. We are very excited for this next stage in your life. If you haven't already, go online and see if your school has an OCF chapter.
You can visit ocf.net to see if your college has an OCF chapter, and hopefully have some of the experiences that we had.
If your school does not have an OCF chapter and you have a group of interested students and a college advisor, you can make your own OCF chapter and join the National League of OCF Chapters. Is that what it's called? And make sure to follow OCF on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn. Thank you and have a fantastic virtual day.